Players only mean
yeah.
no coaches, no other staff, whatever.
Yeah.
Led by Tony Parker. And yeah, sources say, oh yeah, they heard voices of frustration outside the door, blah,
And
blah,
yelling
blah,
and stuff
and
like that,
yelling
yeah.
like that, blah blah. And they
Who do you
came
think,
out.
who do you think was yelling?
Huh?
Who do you think was yelling?
What I think was yelling, I want to say.
Because there's a lot of older folks in there.
I was going to say Ginobili.
Ginobili?
Ginobili looks like he can yell, dog. Real talk. He looks like he can yell, bro.
Really?
Like, he looks like he can get pissed off. Straight up.
I honestly feel like it was Tony Parker. Because the fact that he
Maybe.
said all that stuff right there, I can
Right.
see Tony Parker getting mad.
But at the same time, he kept it professional.
True.
He
But
got the
you got
professional.
to in front of the media,
Yeah.
though. You can't just be like, man,
Yeah.
fuck that motherfucker. You know.
But this is the first time Spurs had any type of drama like this.
Drama,
Man.
yeah.
Well, just drama in general. Like,
You
really?
never hear this. You
But-
never hear this.
Yeah, but back to my point about Kawhi being scared, man. Like, either he's scared that he's going to get hurt again,
Okay.
which I really hope not.
Yeah.
Like, because you're a professional athlete. You knew this from the start. You knew this from when you first
It's
picked
the
up the
price
ball.
you pay when you get these multi-million-dollar contracts.
Exactly. You know what I mean? Well, he has a $200 million contract, right?
Yeah, he's
and
paid.
still can get an extension. Come on now. But my thing, I think he's scared to let his team down.
Yeah.
Like, straight up. Now, if I'm being real, he's being a bitch. He's being a big old bitch. Okay, he's being a big old bitch.
I
Look,
second that.
I think
Kawhi,
that's-
like Spurs had put you on. You was just a defensive player when you came in the league, man. Wait, did he come from the
San Diego State?
I was gonna say D League, but no, he didn't come from the D League, did
No,
he?
I think that he
Or
went
G
straight
League,
to
whatever
it.
you call it.
went
Yeah, he
straight to
came
it.
went straight to the NBA. And he was just nothing but a defensive player.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then with the Spurs system, with Pop, he learned, he got better. He could shoot, he could score. He was one of the best players on the Spurs team. He was the star.
Yeah.
No, even though you had Tim Duncan there, even though you
Yeah.
had Tony Parker, even though you had Manu Ginobili, but they were falling out. You know, they're getting older in age. Even though, hey, I said before, you know, age don't really matter when it comes to those three. And that's been obvious. They won championships. The old motherfuckers won championships, okay? But look, Kawhi was the next up-and-coming star. He was going to run the Spurs team.
Yeah.
Him and LaMarcus Aldridge. And now, ever since last year, he rolled his ankle, and then tore his quad or whatever.
yeah.
Yeah. He had like he can't play, even though he's been on practice. I'm spitting everywhere. He's been on practice. He's been on 3-on-3s. He's been on 4-on-4s, and his teammate has said that he's been doing well.
Yeah.
So rehab is working. He just doesn't want to play. He's being a bitch, and that pisses me off because that's my boy, dog.
Yeah.
That's my dog. You know how I feel about
But
Kawhi.
then, okay, following that up, I have a question for you.
Okay, here we go.
Does Kawhi need the Spurs or does Spurs need Kawhi? Because there's a lot of system players. Like you
Okay.
said, Kawhi grew up in that system and they made
so
him.
no,
right?
what you're really asking, who needs who more?
Yes. That's exactly what I'm asking. Who needs who more?
Spurs can, you know, I mean, come on, like Spurs been around for a long time. There's a good organization, and Pop got a few more years in them. Yes, they can survive without Kawhi.
Yeah, but do you think Kawhi...
That's not-
Okay. But do you think...
Can they win a championship?
Can they win a
without Kawhi?
championship without
No,
Kawhi?
absolutely,
Absolutely
not.
not.
Okay.
Absolutely not.
Now, on the flip side of that question, if Kawhi goes into another system, do you think he can thrive? Because,
It depends on the system.
okay, let's
Because
say...
the thing about the Spurs are a defensive team.
Yeah.
Like when you playing as a Spurs, like you playing a chess game, dog.
Yeah, you are playing a chess game.
Like
So you
You
see
can't
a
just
lot of
score 'em.
ex Spurs players. They play really good for the Spurs, and then go take multi-million-dollar contracts at other teams, and they don't
I'll
do
be
as well.
stopping interrupting me. You know, I'm still. In
I'm
my-
at,
still
I'm
in
following up my
thing.
question.
My God, what? Go
But,
ahead. Go
okay,
ahead.
so they you see a lot of ex-Spurs players. They leave the Spurs after playing so good, and then they go to other teams. They get these multi-million-dollar contracts, and they don't perform.
Jonathan Simmons. Yeah.
They don't.
Jonathan Simmons,
Yep.
exactly. So
Chandler Parsons.
yeah. So do you think Kawhi needs the Spurs just as much as the Spurs? need
Yes,
him?
he needs the Spurs.
Absolutely. So he
He
can't
needs the
thrive
Spurs.
anywhere else.
No, I'm not saying that.
Okay.
I'm not saying that. I think he can. I think he can shine in other systems, but it depends on the system.
Okay.
Like, I mean, okay, I'm not even going to say Golden State because that's just bullshit anyway. Oh God.
I heard.
I'm not going to say the Rockets because the Rockets are more offensive than anything.
Yeah.
Even though I think Kawhi could give him a boost,
Okay.
like straight up.
Yeah.
As far as the defensive side of the ball, but like I said, it depends on the system. I think he can go to a new team and make that and make it shine like Memphis, Charlotte, any of those horrible teams back there.
Yeah.
What are you doing, man?
I was burping.
Are you about to burp?
I was burping. No, I already burped.
Disgusting.
I already
The
burped.
thing about let me sorry to interrupt
No,
you,
you
but
good.
the thing
Yeah.
about any superstar or all-star player going into a different team,
Yeah.
you kind of got to watch which team you go to. You can't just obviously go to any team.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Now, the same issue with LeBron, him coming to Houston, all the rumors, this and that. But when it's already Harden's team, you think he's going to take the backseat on that?
No.
No.
Absolutely not. So that's why that's kind of controversial. Is he going to come?
Yeah.
That's going to be an issue. Same thing with Kawhi. If he joins a team where they already have somebody, he's just going to be on the backseat
Yeah.
I think he can since he's quiet.
since he's quiet.
Yeah, I feel like he would
quiet.
willingly take that back.
A lot of drama in San Antonio for a quiet guy.
Man,
I'll
this
tell you
is
that.
That's
a lot of
true.
drama in San Antonio in general.
But see,
man.
this is why I say he's just scared to get back on the court, dog. Like
He
real
is.
talk. I
He
think
really
he's
is.
really scared.
He really is. Let's
Go
go on
ahead.
to some other stuff. I actually read this a little bit before coming in. Kyrie Irving is having a minimal invasive surgery
Yes.
for soreness in his left knee, per Chris Forsberg, as of 9:45 a.m. this morning. And it had a follow-up tweet by Adrian Wojnarowski. Timetable on a return will come after procedure on Saturday, but source says that that expectation is that this will help alleviate the soreness in his knee. So, with the language from that tweet, I feel like he's going to be back by playoff time.
Hopefully,
But I feel
they
like-
might not even need him in the first round.
Yeah, that's
Probably
true.
not.
Probably not. But still, you never know, man. You never know.
They're
But
I'd press him
not
to
number
the
2,
second.
right? Yeah, Boston Celtics number 2. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't need him in the first round.
Boston with Kyrie back full strength, Jalen Brown, Marcus Smart, and all those guys,
yeah,
they're gonna give Toronto a run,
yeah, yeah. But
and Cleveland.
And
But I still
Cleveland.
think LeBron's gonna give everybody a run.
But I remember when that
Playoff
tweet
LeBron.
when that tweet came out, like a lot of people were saying, "Great, Cleveland's going to win the East again." They're not.
Yeah.
There's a lot. There's a lot more.
I mean, don't get me wrong, LeBron always has a say so.
Yeah.
He's not gonna just roll over and die.
for sure,
But
for sure.
I don't know about them winning it.
Real quick,
What's up?
college basketball news. Sean showed me this before. No, while I was talking. But Kansas won. Kansas beat Clemson.
Wow.
They're going to the.
What was the
Elite
rating?
Eight.
What was the rating? Kansas was what?
I have no idea. I don't
Shoot,
know.
man. Kansas beat Clemson.
Yeah, I don't
Wow.
know. I mean, wait, if you're talking like the rank,
Rank,
yeah, Kansas University was 1, Clemson was 5.
Wow.
Yeah,
Well,
well,
this
fifth.
is
Yeah,
why
so-
I suck at brackets, dude. This is why
Bro,
exactly.
I like no. I'm sorry. I could watch it, but I can never.
I would
like-
just go by rankings, just be
Yeah.
like, yeah, they're expected. But man, these
Exactly.
bracket busting games.
but
but yeah.
anyway,
Campbell Walker, we touched on that, man. 47 points, right?
46.
46 points, man, went off. And then we talked about the Grizzlies in the locker room. Anything else about basketball, boys?
I would like to talk about my boy Gerald Green.
Go
over
ahead,
here,
go
Mr.
ahead.
Gerald
H-Town.
Green, bro,
Gerald.
Gerald Green.
about that life.
He is about that life.
Yep. Man, see, that's the thing. We need to get this guy more minutes.
This
Going back to that Portland game, talk about it.
this is a guy that we all know was
Yeah.
playing basketball in his driveway.
Yep.
This is a guy that didn't have a job a couple months back,
Yep.
and the best team in the NBA ended up picking him up. And he's been such a huge spark off the bench.
Yeah.
I get people say like, his shot selection. I get it.
Yeah.
It could be a little off sometimes,
But they go
but he
in.
ain't afraid to shoot the rock.
Nope.
He is not afraid, and most of the time they go in
You see a lot of shooters when they shoot and they aren't making their first
because they
field,
hesitate.
they get nervous, Ryan Anderson, and they pass it off.
Right.
But there's a quote, I forgot who said it, but he said the only way to get out of a shooting slump is to keep shooting. You shoot your way out of a
You
slump,
miss
right? And
100%
that's what
of the shots you don't
that's
take.
What, exactly, and
That's-
that's what Gerald Green does. That's why a lot of these shooters they hesitate. Reggie Jackson against us last night, he just kept shooting. He just kept shooting and he kept missing, and then he just stopped shooting the three.
Did you see him lock up C.J. McCollum in that Portland game?
Yeah, I did. I
Boy was
saw
clapping
boy
up.
Gerald Green, but yeah, Gerald Green, man, Houston bred, Houston born. Hopefully, we're on to bigger and better things. Another thing that happened in between last Friday and this, Ty Lue stepped down as the coach.
Womp womp womp.
Now,
It's not surprising,
before
but
we
alright.
jump on him, there was a lot of reports that said he had a lack of sleep, and it was a lot of just tiredness.
I mean, he kind of
know?
looked like it, dude.
Yeah, he
Real talk.
ages. He aged a lot,
That's what
And
coaching does to you, though.
Coaching's
Coaching
stressful,
and-
especially when you're coaching a team with a LeBron on it,
Yeah, who's tries to act like the coach on the floor,
Who
which he
under-
is, but still is
who
like
damn near undermines you like almost all the time.
yes,
and so
in front of the players.
you got to man up. You got to shut that down, and then you gotta,
Got to tell him shut the fuck up.
exactly, and it's
Which
hard.
he has.
To a person like LeBron, it's hard. It's hard to look that man dead in the face and be like, "This is my team, not your team." Even though you've done everything to take our team to get everything that
It's hard. It's hard to do that.
It is.
I promise you. I bet you LeBron just brings it up every time. Ty, you got cross, bro. Don't ever think you
up
can
that-
step up to me, dog. Don't ever think you can step up to
He
me.
brings up that AI stuff, man. It's pretty funny. That's pretty funny. But yeah, another point we had is along with Gerald Green, man, Eric Gordon, he's a starting guard on any other team in the league, and he's probably sixth man of the year again this year.
Yep.
This dude has been carrying us when our stars don't perform all the time.
Yup.
This dude can easily drop 30.
He
single
was
game.
he was our Chris Paul that we didn't have last year.
Yeah,
he was the second unit point guard.
Exactly, and that's why
He was your Klay Thompson.
he was. Well, yeah, true,
Yeah, I
true,
mean, just
yeah, and he was good. He was solid and he's consistent, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and that's what we need. We need that, and it's such a luxury because a lot of teams will be begging for him to be their starting 1 or 2 guard, the whole league. You know, and that's.
But
and
remember,
that's,
people kind of looked him over because he wasn't healthy.
yeah, he
coming
did.
from the
He
Hornets
did.
team.
Yeah, he did have a lot of health issues, a lot of ankle
Look at
and
it
knee
now.
stuff. But look at it now, man. When you get healthy, be solid, you know, and that's the luxury we have. We have Eric Gordon. We have Egod.
We also got Keith Jones. He's one of the best.
Medical
in the game
trainers.
to do
Yep,
it.
yep. He's always there, even when the opposing players get. There was a what was his name?
Talking about on that Nets game when the Wall.
Yeah, and you know he's always right there, running on the court, helping our players or their players. You know he's a solid. Our training staff is top notch. You see a lot of our players. You know they get hurt, but they come back. You know they come back healthy and strong. And you know that's what we need. Every team needs a good medical staff to be fully operational, fully healthy. So yeah. With that said, anything else on the NBA, around the league, anything else like that? Okay.
Right now.
College basketball. Let's talk about that U of H game.
Oh my gosh.
Hold the phone.
All right, people. Look, I'm not even into college basketball like that, but me, Sean, Justin, we was all at what's that bar called? McIntyre's, right?
McIntyre's,
You know what I'm
was it?
saying? Trying to turn up for St. Patrick's Day and all that.
Yeah.
While watching the game, it was a good game. Then I forgot the dude's name. He got fouled. Missed 2 free throws. Yeah, 2 free throws.
2 free throws.
Needed to sink just 1. Missed 2 of them. And then this dude named Jordan Poole or Jordan Poots or Jordan Pooface. I don't care what his
Jordan
name is. Okay?
Blueface. Wow.
He runs down the court and jacks it up, Derek Fisher style, and makes it in. I was so mad. Like, Justin, you heard me yelling in the bar.
How mad were you?
I was Superman. I was Superman, man. How do you miss 2 free? Okay, can you stop? Jesus.
Go ahead. Tell him.
Like, bro, that should be the most practiced shot. If you play any kind of basketball, I don't care if it's at the middle school level, man. I don't care if it's like, what's it called? 5-year-olds playing basketball. That's the most practiced shot. You gotta make your free throws, and especially in a high pressure game like that, you gotta make your free throws, man. You just needed 1. You didn't make both of them.
Both of them.
And then this Jordan Poole, whatever his name is,
Pooface.
Pooface. Look, it sounds like I'm hating on Jordan Poole. I'm just kind of, actually, yeah, I am hating. I am because he played a good game.
Why you
but
hate
I
him?
am hating.
Why you hate him?
Bro, did you see that jacked up shot he did and made it in?
Man.
Come on, man. What are you talking about? From the 3-point line. I was like, how?
Bro.
He jacked it up. Derek Fisher tried. No, it wasn't even Steph Curry, because at least with Steph Curry, he made it.
Yeah.
He made it. No, Derek Fisher that.
Yeah. There was no certainty that was going to
And what upset me about this guy, by the way, the guy's name is Devin Davis, the guy who missed 2 free throws. This kid was a 5th-year senior. He wasn't no freshman. Oh, my God. He missed 2 free throws.
2 free throws.
Clutch free throws.
God.
Reminded me of Melo.
See, it's stuff like that. It's stuff like that makes your blood boil, man.
It made my balls hurt.
Because that game was in the bag, sealed.
It was done. It was done.
Because even that 3, even if he would have made that 3, it would have
If he
still been
made
1.
one
It would have just went
free
into
throw, it
overtime.
would have went to overtime. At least you have a fighting chance. But you never want to lose to a buzzer-beating 3.
Yeah.
A layup you can live with because, somebody fucked up on defense. But a three, that's just a prayer.
Right.
You never want to lose